Thanks for coming. I think I just love great college environments. Blacksburg and Virginia Tech is one of the best I've been around. Their defensive line had a reputation of being one of the best in the country this year, in our opinion, more from players' opinions, and our line coach, and obviously mine, I think they were. And it took us a while to get things organized. They changed up. I also think their defense coaching staff, has a great reputation after playing it 2 years in a row. It's well deserved. They fit their personnel. Not that this is about them, but I just think it's. And I told our coaches that when you hear that you have a system and you have to go recruit players that fit the system, in my opinion, that's not a good football coach. You fit your system around what you have, and they got real twitched up, not real big, but they're real fast. If you really watch that film closely, like real fast. And they did exactly what I would expect our defensive staff to do with that kind of personnel. Real fast, real physical guys. A drop pass here, turnovers, and offensively a little disappointed with execution. However, at the end of the day, we played last 3 games, last 4 games, we finished 4 defenses, probably in the top 10 in the country, and still scored a lot of points. And just have to clean things up on defense. I thought our guys played well. They had us on 2 throwbacks, which are 2 well executed plays, and we put our the fumbled punt right before half really hurt us a little bit. But the positive is when you have to regroup and come out after halftime and with losing the lead, and then the crowd the way they were at that point in time, I think in the long run it's going to be good for our team to watch them play through that. Champions on offense were our captain Taylor Decker. Champions mean they grade a champion effort in the game they played, and Taylor Decker and Chase Ferris making his first start graded a champion. Everybody's very excited for him when I announced that to our team. Our guys like him. He's really invested for this for a long time, and he's earned that. Ezekiel Elliott graded a champion, 94 yards after contact. Curtis Samuel making his first start. I don't know if he started. He didn't start, but he graded a champion at wide receiver. And then player of the game was Braxton Miller. The interesting thing about our offense is that a guy like Braxton touched the ball 4 different ways. He direct snap like quarterback, got handed to him as a running back, got pitched to him as a jet sweep guy, and then got thrown to him as a wide receiver. And that's our job as coaches to, if you get a freak athlete or a guy that's excellent in space, get it there. You can't just do that at wide receiver. What if the defense takes away that wide receiver? And so that's something that we've been doing for years, and it's great to be able to do that, a guy like Braxton. On defense, you got Tyquan Lewis, graded champion, first start champion. Adolphus Washington, Raekwon McMillan, first start champion, and Darian Conley, first start champion. Those are 3 of the 4 champions, were first time starters. And Tyvis Powell was defensive player of the game, played very well, and he's also a captain. On defense, on kicking, champions were Dante Booker, Curtis Samuel, Darian Conley. Those are 3 tackles inside the 20 on kickoff, very good coverage. And Josh Perry recovered the onside kick. The special forces player of the game was Paris Campbell. Obviously, Richard, guy that didn't play last year, is all over the field. He had a tackle inside the 20, and the yard line on kickoff, and he's the one that hit the punt returner for a no gain on punt. So with that, I'll answer any questions for you.
Second row right, Dave.
There was so much focus and attention for you guys in the summer on this opener. Now you come back short week, big favorite, and these players are being told on the outside they're not going to face another challenge for the next 9-10 weeks. How do you kind of guard against that? Where I don't know, it's an interesting dynamic.
You guard against everything, man. I mean, this is nuts. I guess you have guards to guard the guards, right? But that's our. We go 9 strong, and I hold every coach accountable, and you watch for indicators how they're slipping. And I said that in the summer. One is academics, others is work ethic on the practice field, the weight room, and any social issues that you're dealing with. Those are 3 indicators that we watch very closely. And if I see it, the good thing is if you slip up, there's some pretty good players here. That means the next guy's pretty good too. So that is something we have to watch.
Back row right, Clay.
The quarterback situation of work in progress.
Yeah.
Is Cardell the starter and JT's the backup now, or how does that?
No, I
Cardell,
don't watch.
you had said before, after the game, I don't know who's starting next week.
It's delicate, man. I don't know. I do know. I should. Head coach saying I don't know, boy, that probably sounds bad. I know JT had one rush for 40 yards and one pass for a touchdown, and was engaged, was leading the team, knew he wasn't going to take the first snap, and talked to the team before they went out. There might be packages that I want to put in. We talked about that today with the quarterbacks, with maybe JT, so I don't know. So they both have to be on call and ready to go. And I've never been in a situation like that they're both pulling for each other. It's the damnedest thing I've ever seen. It's really cool to see that.
Front row right, Austin.
Urban, does it seem strange at all to you that with what Cardale has accomplished in 4 games, that he's not actually started for Ohio State in Ohio Stadium? Seem odd to you?
I didn't realize that until you just said that. That's real odd. Yes. Comment.
Does you
Is that a
said-
question or statement?
I don't know. Maybe it's both.
Yes.
When you reference those packages, do you feel like for the most part what you did with the quarterbacks on Monday is a blueprint that you are going to continue to use?
I really don't know, Austin. A lot of it depends on, the good thing is we expect expectations in the classroom now. And, you screw around, man. Be careful. And so I don't want to jump too far ahead. Well, let's go be the one, whoever I think and we think and I think can drive us down and score a touchdown against. I knew it was going to be the defense we saw was going to be a zero. Big dude's going to have to stand in there, and it worked. A couple times he had to go over the top of people, make a play. And then there's other times where JT's got incredible skill too. So just we're trying to win a game, just trying to score and win a game.
Front row middle, Dave.
When did you let the quarterbacks know, Coach, who the starter was going to be?
Oh, Jerry was telling me that Cardale said, so I got to speak clearer, I guess. So again, probably 2 or 3 days before Cardale was going to take the first snap.
In this day and age, are you pleasantly surprised that did not leak out? Does that say a lot about kind of the tightness of the
tightness of the group? And maybe Cardale didn't hear me from what he said. I had to talk to Cardale about it. So yeah, I like that one because it wasn't until I first got here. When someone sneezed in here, it went out. And I made it clear that if there's anything going out, I told you guys, if your sources are in here, you got a guy fired. And if your sources are in a player, your kid's never going to play. So you have to be careful on who your sources are. And, I think that stays within the team.
Front row right, Tim.
Urban, what is the biggest challenge with literally, is this your one full practice day?
It's awful. Yeah,
what is your
when
challenge?
Jimmy and I talked about this last year. I just didn't even think about it. Today's a Wednesday, and we were in just Buckeye gear, but we're going to go Thursday. Tomorrow's standouts. I can't believe it's Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, it's real difficult right now. Guys are still sore. That was a tough game. Physical game too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean,
Sometimes you play East-West games. This wasn't that. This was a downhill sledgehammer game, and our guys would beat up. So we have to be real smart here. How we go about our business.
and I portrayed it as, I was on some radio show today, and I portrayed it as the cavalry kind of coming over the hill, though. You got Joey Bosa coming back. You got 3 guys coming back. Does that kind of add to like people being on their toes or whatever? I mean, or having some fresh bodies available, et cetera. Plus the way you played so many people the other night and stuff. What do you feel about the freshness of your team, I guess, going into this kind of thing?
I feel great. I feel the fact that on defensive end we have some depth now. Jalen Holmes and Sam Hubbard were honorable mention. I don't know if I mentioned that. They were honorable mention on defensive line for the way they played. So we're Sam Hubbard and Jalen Holmes are honorable mention champions. So that's pretty good for the first time. I think they're both redshirt freshmen, and that's how you get some depth. They also play a lot of guys on the inside. So yeah, we're and then offensive skill. I mean, you got some bodies now. Fast bodies.
And were y'all working at least a little bit on Hawaii in any kind of sense,
No.
at all? I mean, this literally was introduced today.
We couldn't.
Yeah.
I thought about that. It's a little bit like when we played Alabama last year, so let's go worry about Oregon because we're playing, we win, but no. Because we treated that one as there's no tomorrow. Super Bowl type atmosphere. We wanted to all focus, all hands on deck for Virginia Tech. And I'm glad we did.
Far left, Matt.
Dovetailing off of Tim, just for the coaching staff, what has this week been like? I mean, you got back Tuesday morning in terms of
4:30 in the morning,
game plan.
and we came in, we let them get a couple hours sleep, we came back in, and the GAs had it all done. So that's what happened. You have interns and GAs, and you have stuff up on the board, and so we come in and at least get a visual of what's going on, and you just start watching film. And I had, you know, we had some decisions to make. Do we start jump right into Hawai'i, or do we fix? Because there's a lot of errors we had against Virginia Tech, and so the coaches made a cut up of Virginia Tech because you didn't have only had, you know, also a 4-hour window. We appealed to the NCAA to let us meet with them yesterday and all that, and they said no. So those are all things probably before you schedule a Monday night game, we should ask those questions. We're way behind.
What is your just first take on Hawai'i and what you're going to see?
Oh, it's just stuff. You know, it's one of those defenses. It's completely different than what we faced. It's 3-4 defense. And it's called smoke blitzes. Indiana did it last year. It really hurt us. Some of the teams have hurt us badly. Navy, it's a Navy type defense, and it's just unique. But something unique reps that we haven't had it.
Front row left, Doug.
Urban, I wanted to ask you about the position battle that everyone in the country is talking about. Your kickers, where does it stand with Willoughby and Nurnberg? We saw Jack out there for that game, but he missed the field goal.
So it's open to the kicker, whoever kicks best tomorrow. Tomorrow's field goal day. Whoever kicks best will be the kicker. And they know that, and a lot of pressure on them. And Jack actually hit it pretty good, and he just missed it. So Sean will have a chance to earn it back. Disappointed right now with our kicking, obviously. That carries on from last year. We were not a very good field goal team. And, we have to get better.
And in the punt return game with Jalen and Daughtry back, where does that stand now?
Yeah, also Braxton, I'd like to get him. He's real close. I just didn't think that would be fair to put him in that environment back there. Zeke's our best catcher if we drop him, but Jalen and Daughtry and Marshawn Lattimore is really good too. And Jalen and Daughtry, so I don't know who the starters yet.
That's still up in the air.
Yeah, right now it'd be Braxton or Jalen. Start the game back there.
Oh, you have Jalen now at wide receiver, not H-back, or what, or is he?
He knows them all. He's a real smart player, and he needs to be a adaptable guy.
And last question, far left, Lori.
Coach, how much taller is your stack of DBGs than usual this week in that their offensive coordinator last season was somewhere else, their defensive coordinator last season somewhere else, their special teams coordinator last season somewhere else, their quarterback last full season was at a different school? How much?
Yeah,
more
I
tape-
can't speak too much for our defense. That'd be a good question for Luke or Chris, because I'm so involved in the offense right now. And that we watched that. I think it's SMU, because that's where their D coordinator came. But it was very similar defense that they ran previous that he came there. So I think we got to handle what they're going to do. Is just we got to be able to block it. And here's the issue: is that we only get so many games. That was not a very long practice. 17, 18 periods, because I can't. You go any longer, you wear them out after just playing 2 days ago. So how do we get those reps? That's going to be tough this week.
And all 4 guys are on track to return from suspension this week?
Yes. Yeah, all 4 ready to go.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.